Drake and Party Next Door came out with an album. They came out with an album, y'all, and it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. It's good,
Drake. One that Give Me a Hug, and they came in with that I Miss You.
Yeah.
That's my favorite song.
I like
Miss
that
You.
song.
So I did hear that. I like that.
See, I'm also a Party Next Door person. Like, I feel like if you like his music, then you're gonna think the album is good. I've always been a person who really like Party Next Door. And I think whenever him and Drake collab together, like, out of all the songs that they've ever made, I don't feel like they have no misses prior to this album.
Cause that Padre.
Okay, but that's that's one song out of like 21. But what my song is, my favorite song.
I can agree with you on that one.
What you think I'm about to say? Nokia is my favorite song.
That's a hit.
Nokia is such a great song. If you happy you want to do the robot.
Yeah.
Not the robot. I need to listen to that.
You gonna get down.
No, you gonna get down.
You know motherfucking robot.
She cut a rug now.
No, I'm telling you, you hear that song, girl, you gonna bust a move.
Yeah.
My best friend Lynn, shout out to Lynn, she had posted on her story the other day because she was listening to the album and she was like, I'm so sorry, but this album slapped so bad. And she posted this clip of like these people from the 80s dancing. I don't know if you had seen
I did.
But it was so fucking funny because that's what the damn song make you want to do. You want to be like,
yeah, that's so.
I will say it's a few songs that I did like. I would say the album as a whole, it's a good album.
Yeah,
it's cool. I think though.
What you think?
I think for this to be his first project after everything, it should have been a solo Drake, and it should have been hard as fuck. Like he should have gotten to that. I just flipped the switch. Flip. He should have been in that bag. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was time to pop your shit. Like, yeah, I'm still Drake.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I get it because it was a Valentine's Day album. And it was a thing. It's a good album, but I don't think that was the correct response to GNX.
But do you think it was a response?
Yeah, because he was talking about it.
I mean, he did talk about it on like, I think I only heard him talk about it on one song. But I feel like that's probably still coming.
I think he's trying to move. No, I think he's trying to move past it. Like, okay, bitch, you ate me up.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
So GNX is
Kendrick's album.
Yeah.
And GNX has no.
GNX was good.
Yeah, he don't need to do no response to that.
It.
He probably
deserve it.
That's me and Lake's song.
Kendrick!
He ate that song.
I deserve it.
I deserve it.
That's what I be saying in the mirror. I deserve it.
Facts. I be listening to that shit when I be on the treadmill.
Hey, man. So that's why I say I'm a Kendrick fan. I'm a Drake fan. I love them both. I think Drake's album it has some bangers on there.
It does.
But as a whole, it's not something I can play through
front to back.
Yeah, I can't play it through front. It's got some skips in there.
I just think he was back in his like to me that album kind of remind me of like So Far Gone.
Okay.
He was like in his So Far Gone bag.
I ain't never been no Drake fan. Like,
yeah.
I would say So Far
Gone. Because So Far Gone, if you think about it, like, okay, he was doing the rapping, but he was singing a lot. Yeah. It was kind of an emotional album. Then he did a lot of crossovers with like other women on the album and stuff. Because he has like Yebba on this album.
Yeah. A Pim.
And then Pimmy. And then he has like a few other, I think, women maybe on there.
I get what he was trying to do. He's trying to win the bitches back.
He is.
Because the bitches been crip walking all summer.
Yeah.
We stopped twerking and we been pick-a-boo. Hoes ain't shook her ass cheeks since Kendrick dropped, bitch.
Yeah.
Pick-a-boo.
Yeah.
Bitch, he trying to get us to dance again, so I get it. I feel you.
Yeah, he trying to win the girl.
It wasn't quite... I know he still got it in him, though.
Yeah.
But it wasn't quite the response that I was hoping for to the GNX.
That man ain't trying to respond to him.
That's what I said.
No. If it would have been me, I wouldn't respond.
But what he
just keep going like that shit ain't happening.
No, Kia is cool. But he should have dropped a club banger that was so crazy that it made people be like, I don't give a fuck. And Nokia is good, but it's not good enough to let us forget A minor.
Yeah, but I think people gonna forget that anyway.
They're not.
Over time.
No.
We are.
Not like us, won 4 Grammys.
It ain't nothing that man can come out with and make nobody forget about that shit. He doing exactly what he supposed to do.
Moving
Keep it
on.
going. Keep it going.
I feel you. I
would.
feel you.
It happened in 2024. It's 2025.
Yeah,
It's
just go
another
ahead.
year. I just feel like spending a whole album trying to like make a comeback to somebody from some shit.
That's where you're gonna fuck up at.
That's lame as hell. You're still Drake at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You don't really have to have a comeback. That's why I feel like he mentioned it on like 1 or 2 songs and then.
So let me ask y'all this though, because I saw a discourse about the Melissa Ford bar. Shout out to Melissa, that's our girl. So a lot of people.
You gotta tell B-Lin what they said.
So basically he said, shout out to the 6, Melissa, you a legend. What was the bar?
Hate to see you.
Yeah, he
next to a
said,
dick
shout out to
sucker.
Melissa Ford, you a legend from the 6. Hate to see you with a dick sucker or something like that.
So
Who a dick sucker?
because she's allegedly, because she sits on the couch next to Joe Budden on the Joe Budden podcast.
They said Joe be sucking dick.
Well, I don't know. Literally, no.
I don't think he meant it like that.
But he was just saying like Joe be on his dick or whatever. Because Joe, now I don't know if y'all remember this.
They said Joe be
but
Trying to see.
Joe did release some diss tracks to Drake a few years ago. Like this is like recent. You know, Joe don't get in that stew. And he got in the stew and gave Aubrey some bars. Now, Aubrey didn't respond. I said Aubrey like I know that means.
Right.
Drake didn't respond, but the bars weren't bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I know how everybody feels about Joe, but Joe actually, he's an intellectual. He can really rap.
He witty.
He's witty. So with that being said, Melissa, you know, she put the song in her bio. And I mean, anybody would be excited to be shouted out by Drake. Let's be honest. But people were like, Melissa took the bait. Because Drake don't respect you. He's just using you to take a shot at Joe. So how do y'all think that Drake meant that? Do you feel like he was really genuinely shouting Melissa out? Or do y'all feel like
Hell no,
it
he
was
ain't
shade?
shout her out since then. He probably just, like you said, used her as a pawn to get
Use her as a pawn to get to Joe? What you think, Drake?
I would have fell for it too.
Me too.
Bitches in my bio. Bitch, Drake said.
That would have worked on me, I fear.
I mean,
Would have worked on me.
I know.
I would have took the first flight out to Toronto.
now see,
So as I heard the beat come in, bitch, I ain't even heard the full name. I just heard my name.
All he had to say was milk.
Shit.
but I don't know. I feel like it's a little bit of both. Like, I feel like he definitely possibly was trying to use her as a pawn, but then, you know, like him and her have history. Like, they have history. She said that.
Oh, I ain't know.
She
Okay.
said, you know, they used to date or whatever. They're both from Toronto. So I also feel like to him, she probably is a legend. And I mean, Melissa Ford is a legend. She
definitely
like one
is.
of the OG video beats.
And still is fine as hell.
Still fine as fuck.
And let me say this. We said this on the podcast when we went on Joe's podcast. We said this when Melissa sat right here. I said, one thing I will say, I do not like how they treat Melissa on that pod.
Yeah, same.
I told that to her face. I told that to them face. Y'all gonna stop sitting
Not
there.
them face.
Them face.
You don't need no more tequila.
Yes, I do. I finally forgot about. Okay, listen. Focus.
So stupid.
I said that to their faces. I said that to Melissa. I said, y'all have got to stop acting like this is not Melissa Ford.
Right. Yeah.
A pioneer. A very much a pioneer in this whole Instagram models and all this stuff. She was the first.
Yeah.
The original. So I feel like Drake was probably genuinely shouting her out because honestly, Melissa Ford is something to have on your roster. Because not only does she look like that, if y'all really watch his podcast or y'all watched our episode with her,
she's so smart.
That is probably one of the smartest women that I have ever spoke to in my life. I mean, that you can tell she done read a few books in her day. Look, Drea's vocabulary is extensive. That lady vocabulary is very, I mean, she is, and she articulates
really well.
Very well. She can get her point across. They don't be letting her finish her thoughts a lot of times because when it comes to that intellectual, the only person that can really hang with her is Joe.
Yeah.
Because Joe is smart. And I'm not saying anybody else on that couch is not smart. That's not what I'm saying.
They just listen.
Because you know they about to see this shit.
That's what I know. So I'm not
we let
saying
that bitch come on our couch twice.
Intellectual debates. I wouldn't actually mind seeing the Joe podcast being him and her.
Just that's it?
Yeah. So we can really get down to some good, deep conversation. You know what I'm saying? And minus all the extraness.
A woman perspective.
And a woman perspective and a man's perspective because they're both two very highly intelligent people.
See, now I gotta watch the podcast so I can learn me a few words.
She's very. I'm telling you, Melissa is.
She's very intelligent.
She's smart.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I knew she was smart, but actually having her on the show, I was like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So she just joined the show.
No. She's been on the show for
a few years.
Yeah, it's been a few years.
Okay, cool.
But she has her own podcast.
I gotta watch it.
Okay. She has her own podcast as well. But yeah, I think Drake was shouting her out. I think sometimes people do try to pick on Melissa though. So I think that conversation around her, Drake, she took the bait. I think that was just people just wanting to bully her.
Yeah, and just probably jellies. A little bit.
Because they be wanting her spot. People be wanting people's spot. They feel like, I can do what you do. Okay, we'll do it.
Yeah.
So rock
I
it.
agree.